before the Trinidad Sour, before the Angostura Colada, whatever the thing's called, before any of those Angostura-based cocktails, there was one drink that started it all. Do you know what it was called? Nope. The Angostura Fizz, that's right. Yes. Today we are going to be making the Angostura Fizz, which is very old, and believe it or not, when it was created, it was not seen as alcohol, even though Angostura Bitters is 44.7% alcohol, ABV. So this drink, you only need one bottle of booze. That is Angostura Bitters. I am also going to show you a more contemporary, well, this is interesting. It's a variation that you can make even easier at home. I like it better, if I'm being honest. It's really easy to put together and such a good drink and so simple. But we're going to talk a little bit about history. We're going to make a couple drinks. We're going to have a good time in the new space. So stick around to the bar. Oh, you're still here. Thank God. The Angostura Fizz, also known as, well, once upon a time was known as the Trinidad Fizz, because Angostura hails from Trinidad and Tobago, but more commonly it was called the Angostura Fizz because it was made with Angostura bitters, okay? Yes, could you make this with another bitters? You could, but it would not be as good. There's just something special about this Angostura. This drink can be found in Charles H. Baker's The Gentleman's Companion. And yes, of course I have it because I fancy myself a gentleman. More specifically, I happen to have the Volume 1 and Volume 2 because that's what I could get. And the drink is in Volume 2, the Exotic Drinking Book. This one is not for the person that just wants to look up random cocktails and try them out because it's actually difficult to find the drinks you're looking for. Even once you do find it, it's really hard to figure out what the recipe is because this was a travel log, which I'm pretty sure is basically like the original blog. I don't have my glasses on here, but I think this is one, maybe two recipes on these pages. It's just paragraph after paragraph of words that were written almost 100 years ago. This is what I find interesting. It is listed under Temperance Delights. Temperance cocktails are mocktails. And Angostura Bitters, as we discussed, it is 44.7% ABV. Angostura Bitters is nearly 90 proof. So there's booze in here. But back then, it was seen as a stomach tonic, medicinal thing, and it got a lot of people through Prohibition. In fact, up until not that long ago, I don't even think you needed a liquor license. If you had an establishment, you could actually buy bitters. Yeah. And I didn't do this, but you could sell it. People could do shots of it. They could get drunk. But they probably fixed that loophole, I think. I'm not going to read all this. The Angostura Fizz is sometimes called the Trinidad Fizz. It simply refers to it as a mild fizz. So it's got a little bit of bubbles. Remember, fizz is a style of drink that was really made popular in the 1930 Savoy Cocktail Book by Harry Craddock. It's got booze, it's got a sour component, it has some sugar and something to make it bubbly. And usually it would have then a binder like egg white or egg yolk. And sometimes you add dairy to it, which this one has dairy in it. Can you believe that? This Angostura Bitters with cream. We'll see what it's all about. Now the booze. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Helix Sleep. As we head into the warmer season, it's a great time to upgrade your sleep quality with a cooling mattress to make sure you sleep comfortably all summer long. Helix offers 20 unique mattresses to choose from. And with the Helix Sleep Quiz, you'll be matched with a mattress based on how you sleep and your firmness preferences. We were matched with the Dawn Luxe. It's firm and supportive, but it still has a plush top that makes it comfortable and allows airflow while you sleep. I used to wake up overheating in the middle of the night every night, but not anymore. Now I sleep like a baby. I'm a more pleasant person. It also helps though that I got the Helix Comfort Adjust Cooling Pillow. This big pillow right here, it enables deeper sleep by reducing neck pain and staying cool to the touch all night. It uses shredded memory foam that shapes to your body with just enough structure to alleviate soreness. And it helps me wake up refreshed in the morning. One of my favorite things about Helix is how low stress the process is. They deliver your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the US. It comes rolled up in a box, it's super easy to set up, and comes with a lifetime warranty. And with their Happy with Helix guarantee, you get a 120-night sleep trial. So there's plenty of time to test the mattress out and decide if it's right for you. If it's not, they'll pick it up and give you a full refund. Helix is the most awarded mattress brand. The Helix Midnight Luxe has been ranked as the best overall mattress according to Forbes and Wired. And in a study reviewing 23,000 brands, USA Today ranked Helix as one of the most trusted brands in 2026. Think about that for a second. 23,000 mattress brands. That's impressive, I think. Right now, you can take advantage of their Memorial Day sale exclusive partner offer and get 27% off site-wide. Just head to helixsleep.com/Anders Erickson or scan the QR code and check it out. Again, that's helixsleep.com/Anders Erickson. Or scan the code right here and treat yourself to 27% off. We spend a third of our lives sleeping. Might as well feel good doing it. Thanks, Helix. On to the film. To make the Angostura Fizz, we will need Angostura bitters. No surprise there. Lemon juice or lime juice, simple syrup or grenadine, cream, an egg white, and some bubbly water, soda or seltzer, if you want to be true to the original recipe. Like I mentioned, lemon or lime juice. I'm using a lemon today because I've got more lemons than I do limes. My simple syrup is 1.5 parts sugar to 1 part water, so it's a semi-rich simple syrup. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I do want to mention though, he said you could use, Charles Baker, Mr. Baker said that you could use a simple syrup or grenadine. Now, they're very different things. Grenadine has obviously a nice tart flavor. I am leaning more into the flavors of the Angostura bitters, so I'm keeping the sugar simple. All right, let's belt. Oh, also, this is gonna seem kind of crazy. For garnish, you should have a wedge of pineapple. Mr. Baker says always have pineapple. In fact, he said I think it's like a row of pineapple or something. I'm not doing that. Don't run out to get one piece of pineapple to make one cocktail unless you're making a video. In a shaking tin, let's start with the base. We have got the Angostura bitters. Most of you know that Angostura bitters comes with this little stopper top on it. So go ahead and take that off. Pops right off. Keep that handy. We will put that back on. Otherwise, your next Manhattan is going to be a disaster. And we are going to pour 1 full ounce of Angostura bitters into our shaking tin. It smells good. Notice what I'm doing. Putting that stopper top back on. If you make these sorts of drinks all the time, or you're pouring yourself shots of Angostura bitters, then you can remove it, but right on the label, like no stopper or no dasher top. All right, let's add the citrus. We're gonna go full ounce of lemon juice. To that, 3/4 ounce of semi-rich simple syrup, 1/2 ounce of heavy cream. Now I'm gonna add the egg white into my cheater tin. That's just how I like to, I don't know why I do that. I just kind of keep it separated until I start shaking. Add the egg white. Give this a dry shake for about 10 seconds. If you care to go egg-free, you can use aquafaba or any egg-free foaming agent. That is not a very pretty drink. Not sure about that color. Go ahead and add ice and we'll give it a wet shake. You don't have to shake it too long, just enough to give it a chill, slight dilution, but we are gonna add bubbly water to this. So, all right, now we can double strain into a chilled highball glass. Now we can add our bubbly water, either seltzer or soda water, sparkling mineral, I'm adding club soda, the finest in this tiny can. This is something we don't wanna rush. Mr. Baker said it's a mild fizz, so it's got a little bit of bubbles. We're not making a Ramos Gin Fizz where we want that huge, tall chimney of foam. I like to let it sit in the glass, maybe give it a little tap, and then you can gently pour the bubbles into it. If you want, one trick. So this is something a lot of people do. I seldom do this. I kind of take shortcuts here. But you can pour it down your spoon, about 2 ounces, 2 to 3 ounces of bubbly water right down the spoon into the drink. That's one way you could do it. You could do it through the spoon. I like to just gently pour it right on top. And then if you have it, garnish it with a wedge of pineapple, like this. There it is. Drop in a straw if you so please. There we have the Angostura Fizz. Cheers. It's interesting looking. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a sip and I'm gonna show you a less complicated way to have another Angostura fizzy drink that is absolutely wonderful, called the Bitters Buck. Cheers. That's good, I gotta say. That's really good. There's almost a berry aspect to it. It has a very drying finish. The bitterness definitely dries out, but there's a fruitiness. And I can see why the pineapple would be served with this. It actually works. Oz, would you like a sip?
Oh, sure. Oh, it's good actually.
It is.
It tastes medicinal.
It does, and maybe that's why You could get away with it back in the day. That is good, but I'm gonna show you something that's easier. You don't have to worry about egg whites or cream and all that stuff unless you want to. Go right ahead. So here's what happened. This was 1939. People forgot about the Angostura Fizz. And then 70 years later, the book Rogue Cocktails came out, later rebranded as Beta Cocktails. Anyway, you can't get it anymore. It's on PDF. But in there, they had an Angostura Sour, and they gave credit to Charles H. Baker. It's basically this drink without the cream and without the soda. So it was modernized. I am going to modernize it again by making a bitters buck, which is basically the Angostura bitters in a buck form. A buck is a style of cocktail that is base spirit, citrus, and ginger ale or ginger beer. We're gonna use ginger beer. To make the bitters buck, once again, we will use the same ingredients, the Angostura bitters. I'm gonna go with lemon juice here. If you want, you could use lime as well. I'm gonna use that same semi-rich simple syrup. I'm not gonna use the cream or the egg, and instead of soda water, I'm adding ginger beer. I'm also gonna garnish this with a big sprig of mint. No pineapple. All right, so let's build. Start with the bitters. 1 ounce of Angostura bitters, 3/4 of an ounce of your semi-rich simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Give this a shake with ice. Doesn't have to be a lengthy shake. Grab a chilled Collins glass, fill that with ice. Strain that into the glass while pouring 3 to 4 ounces of ginger beer. Make sure you get all of the cocktail in the glass. You can always just top it off with the ginger beer if need be. Nice sprig of mint. Wake it up. Drop it right in. And drop in a straw. There we have the bitters buck. Cheers. Pretty easy, wouldn't you say? This is gonna knock the socks off of your bitters and soda. That is good. That is refreshing, full flavored. The ginger in the ginger beer pairs really well with the flavors in the Angostura bitters, those baking spices. So it's got a spiciness to it. It does. It has a kick, but it's also just bright and refreshing. And you get that nice bitter finish. Oz, would you like to try this one?
Okay, sure. Ooh, I like that. It's really nice with the mint.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mint is nice on the nose. Question, is this one, do you get medicinal like you did in the Fizz?
I still get it, but it's the ginger helps.
It does, right? It kind of cuts through it. The Fizz is good. I do like it, but it has almost like a cloying, just a dairy element. I like this Bundaberg from Australia, Down Under. Barrett's is a good one. Fever Tree makes a nice one. Cock and Bull. Cock and Bull. I never drank that. I was offended by the name. There it is, pretty simple. All of these cocktails, and you only needed a bottle of bitters. I would recommend getting the larger bottle. You can pick it up over at House of Bitter Bear, Hob, powered by Curiata, curated by me, catered to the recipes we make here on the channel. Great place if you want booze delivered right to your face. Thank you all so much for joining me here in this new space and watching this video. Thank you, Helix, for sponsoring today's film. Thank you, as always, for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.